called out to do a service on a boiler that you installed, and this is what you find. Let's have a look. My name's Alan Hart, and today I'm going to show you, I was called out to do a service on a boiler and I actually installed it. So I was expecting quite an easy job because I installed it and we did a really good job of the install, which I'll show you the install near the back of this video. So I'll show you what we did from start to finish. Excuse me. But what I didn't know is, in the meantime, the customer had an extension and the builder moved the boiler, or somebody moved the boiler. So what I'll do now is I'll show you the boiler, I'll show you what they've done. Yeah, let's go and have a look. So I fitted this boiler originally and the builders have moved it. So if we just have a look there, the flue, we can just see straight outside. They haven't put any of the seals back on it. And then they've put it onto an underfloor heating circuit there, and it's got 2 zone valves on, but there's no bypass on it. Put an S-plan on this system, so it looks like it's an S-plan. It's got 2 zone valves on, so a zone valve there and a zone valve down there, which is a bit hard to see. But they've not actually wired them in. They've just put them there for sure, and then they've manually opened the valves. So the customer thinks that they've got control, but they haven't. And that's the outside of the flue, not sealed as well. As we can see, no PRV out here. Also, blow-offs not being connected back in, so now if it over pressurises, it'll just leak down onto our electrics. Handle's been snapped off on there as well. If you find my videos interesting, please give them a thumbs up. So that was a bit of a shock to find after you've done such a good job installing a new boiler. What I'll do now is I'll show you the new boiler that we installed from start to finish. On this job, it's an Ideal Logic that we installed. Normally with the Ideals I used to try and fit Vogues if I could, because I like the stainless steel heat exchanger, but if I'm honest, I installed a lot of Ideal Logics and I never had any issues with heat exchangers or anything like that, but I did try and flush them out as good as I could on install. The only issues that I've had really is the sumps. But yeah, I'm babbling on again. Let's go and have a look. Originally, the boiler was in this cupboard here, so we removed the shelves in here and we installed the boiler on the wall. If we have a look, it had a back boiler in here, so this is the fire, and then we've drained the system down, and this is the colour of the water in the system. So as you can see there, it's really mucky, so it needs a real good flush, does this. So we've removed the old back boiler, and now we're putting the template on the wall, coring a new hole for the flue to make it a nice neat job. Lining all the wall up with a laser level, make sure the boiler's all level. Put us bracket on the wall as well, make sure it's all level. This is an Ideal Logic Plus, comes with a 7-year parts and labour warranty as long as it's installed correctly. The boiler would also need to be serviced each year to maintain the warranty. If you have a look on the left hand side, you can see there's a drain off on there, and that's because I've done a mains flush on this. I've taken quite a long time flushing the system with a mains flush, and we're now going to do a magna cleanse on this system. We've connected the magna cleanse onto the system now. We're just going to put some F5 into this system. So this is Fernox F5 cleaner. There's other cleaners available, and any of the main brands I would be happy to use, Sentinel or AD. I feel are good quality chemicals. So we've got the magna cleanse on now, and we're just flushing it round. So we've got the heating on. We'll just turn this off. Bearing in mind I've done a mains flush on this, so we should have already got quite a lot. We should have got a lot of this muck and magnetite out already. So what we'll do now, I'll take lids off on this magna cleanse and see what the magnets are like inside. So you can see there's still quite a bit on it, but clearly the mains flush, if we go back to what the water in the system was like originally, we can see that the mains flush has made a massive difference. So that's what the water was like in the system at the start. It's really important that you flush the system well and you get all this muck out of the system. Now we're going to check it with the Flue gas analyzer. So we've put it into service mode. This is the minimum output mode, and then we can put it into service mode on the maximum output, and then we can check this with the Flue gas analyzer to make sure that it's all working safely. I have done another video on how to put an Ideal Logic into service mode, so if you want to have a look at that, then that'll show you how to do that as well. So we've put his little sticker outside, F5 cleaner. This just shows you the water samples. So on the right we've got the mucky water, then we've got the clean water, then we've got his pH, and then in the back we can see that we've got his F1 protector. So that's his Fernox protector. You can see water at the bottom of that pH tester. So we can prove now that when we installed this boiler, we installed it to a very, very high standard, and we flushed all the system. And I'm really, really glad that I filmed this job, because who would have believed that where the boiler is, that I didn't install it, you know. So now we're going to put the F1 into this system as well. So we've got this F1 protector in this system. So it's really important that you put your inhibitor in, and this will protect the system, protect your heat exchanger, and just protect your boiler, and also make sure that you've got manufacturer's warranty on it as well, on the boiler. So that's the final job. I'm sure you'll agree it's a little bit different than what they've got now, but we certainly tried to do a really good job for them when we did this. Bearing in mind this now is about 5 years old, this video. So that job was an installation from around 5 or 6 years ago, and as you can see from the video, we've done a really good job on what we did. Really took us time flushing the system out, doing a mains flush and getting as much of that muck out as possible to start with, and then after we've done that, put the chemicals in and put the F5 in and do a magna cleanse as well, and then after that do another mains flush to get all that, to get the F5 out again, to make the system as clean as we possibly can. And then afterwards at the end we've put the F1, Fernox F1 chemicals in as well. And as I said earlier on, any of the major chemicals, so like Fernox, Sentinel, AD, I would be happy to use any of them chemicals. I'm not sure if there's much in them, to be honest. But yeah, please add some comments below and let me know what you think and what you would have done. And yeah, thanks for watching.